Hi everyone, and welcome to this bonus episode for Act 1, Scene 7 of Macbeth. Now, to understand what I'm going to be talking about here, we need to jump back a little bit to an earlier video I did on Act 1, Scene 3. So I'm just going to do a quick recap of that, and then we're going to look at the bonus material for Act 1, Scene 7. So in that earlier video, we talked about biblical allusions. A biblical allusion is a reference to the Bible. And we talked about how this particular biblical allusion is made when the witches say, "All hail" to Macbeth. They're about to give him their prophecies and they say, "All hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis, all hail Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor, all hail Macbeth that shall be king hereafter." And on the surface, it seems as if the witches are being really respectful to Macbeth. They're giving him a greeting which shows how much they look up to him and they accept that he is superior to them. Except when we look at that biblical allusion, we see this is actually a reference to a moment of great betrayal in the Bible. And the link is to Matthew 26, verse 49, and you'd need to read it in the King James Version, the King James translation, which is appropriate because King James was alive when Shakespeare was writing the play anyway. So in this particular part of the Bible, we read the story of about how Judas has betrayed Jesus to the religious authorities. They're going to arrest and crucify them. But the religious authorities need to be sure which person Jesus is, which person they need to arrest. And so Judas goes up to Jesus and says to him, "Hail, Master," and kissed him, hopefully on the cheek. And this word "hail," greeting Jesus in that really kind of respectful way and giving him the kiss on the cheek, that's the signal to the religious authorities that this is the person that you want to arrest. So linking this back to the witches, when they say hail, this isn't just a word that means respect, it's a word that underneath the surface is also to do with betrayal and destruction. Zooming forward in Macbeth then to Act 1, Scene 7, at the start of this scene, Macbeth is dithering. Is he going to kill Duncan or not? He cannot quite make up his mind at this point. And he says, as in if the murder were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. Now, on the surface, this is just Macbeth saying, "I wish the murder was over with. I wish I could do it quickly. I wish it could just happen, and then I wouldn't need to think about it anymore." But if we look a little bit deeper, it's also an allusion again to Judas and again to the Bible. And this time it's to the book of John, chapter 13, verse 27. And this reference is to a section that's slightly earlier in Jesus' story when he and his disciples are sharing the Last Supper. And this is the last meal they have together before Jesus is betrayed and arrested and is crucified. And Jesus seems to know at this point that Judas is going to betray him. So the bit that I've highlighted in the text underneath, Jesus turns to Judas and says, "That thou doest, do quickly." So what he means is, whatever you're going to do, I know you're probably going to betray me, but whatever it is, just go and do it quickly, just get it done. So when Macbeth says that he wishes that the murder were done quickly, this is a reference back to this particular section of the Bible. And just like the biblical allusion with the witches, with the word hail, this is a story about betrayal, about betraying someone that you're close to, someone that you're supposed to look up to, someone that you're supposed to respect. Just like Macbeth is about to betray his king and his cousin and the person that he is supposed to be welcoming into his home and looking after. There we go. So 2 references to the Bible so far and to the specific story of Judas betraying Jesus. Thanks very much. Check out the next video where we'll be looking at Act 2.